So what do you want? Come on, throw me a bone, because you're not going to take my pharaoh's throne. Hello everyone, welcome back to Persona 5 Royal, Futaba's Palace. I feel like she would be a fan of Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged. I don't even know the lyrics of any of the Lady Gaga songs apart from the Little Karibo parodies. Whoa. Leather Pants, Brooklyn Rage, and Pharaoh's Throne. But yeah, there's, as unused Mario would say,
another door.
You do get a sneak preview of how far up this goes when you first enter the palace for that plot event. But anyway, I've got Ann in the party here, and in fact, now that I have Ann in the party, I probably should show what her taunting aura quote is. I'm not sure she really would appreciate being given an item called the Alluring Belt, but...
Did you notice?
We'll see what she says when she tries to draw enemies' attention. Basically raiding her tomb, huh? Yeah, I've never actually played Tomb Raider much. That's like a PlayStation series. It was definitely a little bit, too, I suppose, yeah, too high rating for when I was a kid, when the PlayStation 1 was, a thing. Follow you, huh? That's not suspicious at all.
Hey!
Ah, there's a grapple point. I thought we just had to hop across the sides, but yep, there are some dangerous, Mega Man killers down there. But you know what? Okay, I've never shown this before, and I don't like the casual costume, so I probably won't get much of a chance to show this later. So, I want to show off how cursed this looks, if you use the grappling hook with, an outfit that doesn't have Joker's, coat. Yep, he's now become Sam Raimi Spider-Man. In general, Joker's animations just look, in my opinion, incredibly wrong without the coat, so, like, just all of his poses in battle, it's all designed with the coat in mind. Also...
For real?
Yep, well, that's one more for real, but yes, this place is pretty much, one big Crash Bandicoot level.
Indeed.
I was actually thinking more of the temple levels in Crash 1, but then they actually have, like, full-on Egyptian-themed levels in Crash 3. With spear traps like that, actually. Though I think, funnily enough, the spear death animation in Crash 1 is like one of the few... Yeah, I knew that floor was suspicious. One of, like, the death animations where Crash doesn't actually die. He just, like, hangs onto the ceiling looking scared. Crash 3 was pretty, it went pretty all out with unique death animations. I'm pretty sure, like, almost every single way you can possibly lose a life in Crash 3 has its own animation. But speaking of losing life, oh wow, I don't think I've ever seen Isis's non-recruited name before, because I usually fuse her by now. She of Life and Death is a really cool name.
This enemy is beneath us. It should be easy if we stay focused.
Yeah, it's just one of those things where if you know, are too gung-ho about fusing new personas, you'll actually miss some of these. But anyway, oh how the mighty have fallen. So, Isis was Yukari's ultimate persona back in Persona 3, the ultimate persona of the Priestess Arcana back in Persona 4. I gave up everything I had this side, didn't I? Dang it, I probably should buy something for Compendium, but oh well. I guess we can just put it to sleep then. And now, not only is she only a level 26 normal shadow, but it gets even more sad later. Although we probably won't be seeing that just yet. Could we make you forget? Okay, Korgo is a pretty decently strong skill, yeah. Oh, and you're going again immediately? Okay then, well now we can make you forget. Just reminds me of, what was it that Pokemon episode involving, Professor Westworth V? Who, oh yeah, I had that low damage but high, despair, whip on Arn, don't I? But yeah, that really weird episode in the Kanto series of the Pokemon anime about Slowpoke evolving, and then when it uses amnesia, Brock's like, that's supposed to make its opponents forget. No, it isn't. I'm not even really sure how amnesia is supposed to work, but I think according to, like, the Japanese manga, it's supposed to be that, like, the Pokemon forgets they took damage, which makes them more resilient to damage. Amnesia has always been like a weird concept for, I don't know if it's like a Zen thing, but it's always been a weird concept for a move to me. And it was even better in Gen 1, because then it was effectively Calm Mind, except ×2. Or +2, basically. But it's an overall, I think +2 to a stat in Pokemon is the equivalent of double that stat. But anyway, this statue's got a gem, we should take it, yeah? Well, generally speaking, following Ryuji's advice usually leads to disaster, and we're about to see why. Any who attempts to steal this gem shall be cursed. What was the game that had like something and do your worst, but be warned for ye be cursed? I forget what that's from. Let's hold off for now.
Right.
I mean, we had to deal with some bless recently rather than curse, but still, best to avoid curses where possible.
I have something.
So we can go through this hallway here. Oh, hi there. Yeah, I was wondering why there was a pause, and then I thought, oh, it's because there's a treasure demon.
Hey, that's a rare one. Don't let it escape.
Well, I already knew from looking up that it was weak to fire, but thank you, Akechi, for showing me that in the game. So now I can take it down with Arn. Let's go fire. So, I believe your Fortune Arcana?
You're the best, Panther.
I think it might actually be the lowest level Fortune Persona as well, so that's gonna maybe help for Chihaya.
You've got a new mask, Joker.
I forget what skills Scone of Scorn actually gives, but I like it as far as treasure demons go because it's I believe it's Scottish. Yeah, it's Scottish. I don't know why. I like Scottish things. I think like part of my family is, I think they're partly Irish, but just Celtic in general. But oh, okay, it's just second tier spells, so nothing too hugely interesting, but better than Region, I suppose.
Oh.
So we press the button.
Isn't that...
And that means those spikes probably don't work anymore. Now, if you were to take this gem,
I can feel it.
basically spikes will start showing up in the hallways and until you return it. Though, I seem to remember that you actually do need this at some point. Rejection gem. A curse shall... Oh, deep voice, no, it should be. A curse shall befall you. So, what is this curse, huh? Well, it's, Mummies,
Show me your true
firstly.
form.
But I know the curse does something else bad as well. I was wondering if I had Wind on Joker, and then I realized I don't need it because you're technical from physical and I have Rising Slash. So yeah, technically Joker can do the exact same niche Yusuke has, but Joker can also do anything, so I still like the fact that Yusuke has access to that whole Baton Pass massive damage niche.
That was easy.
So where is it? I feel like if we try and come down here with the gem, something happens. Oh, actually no, not yet.
I can feel it.
So I guess it was just the Mummies for now.
Shadow spotted.
Oh, I actually wanted to
Show me
go
your
for the
true
other
form.
dog, but I went for the corner instead, but that was actually good, because it put me in a better position to ambush Anubis, which I want to. Null Blast reveal, yep. So if you see, Sleuthing Instinct revealing an immunity, then you generally, should take that as a sign that the enemy has no weaknesses. So what I'm gonna actually do here is I'm gonna charge. And you're gonna... Oh yeah, well, I suppose we can show what she says with this. It was a little hard to hear, but I think she said, "Aw, you scared?" That's pretty great. I'll show Makoto's next. Okay, so it can still tip the scales, like Robin, even when it's confused. Well, effectively silenced. It's called Forget, but it's essentially silenced. So yeah, it still takes action, it just, right, I probably need to use, like, a Psi item if I have one. Actually, I don't think I even have any sight items. You can make those with the with ace tools. Probably should have thought this through because now I'm not. Also, I forgot to equip the Great Thief stick. So, oh well, I'm just gonna argue allow you in the face.
You want more?
Let's see if I can get a Confish for shock here. No shock. You're going next. Yeah. Not great that I'm lacking in Psy skills. Tips towards Bless, huh?
Who's next?
Okay, then. I probably do need to be very, very careful here. In fact, I should probably try and keep you asleep for now. I'm very tempted to go for a technical hit and then baton pass to Joker, but I'm going to try this.
Go, Captain!
Okay, got her on the ground. That's good.
No more waiting!
Huh.
Let's show them what we're made of.
That's probably going to do more.
Here we go! Make way for the Fist of the Phantom!
Serious.
Sorry.
So this animation is going to look slightly different because this isn't a boss. The first time we saw this was against Kaneshiro, and as I said before, these skills have very different animations against bosses compared to regular enemies. So yeah, unfortunately, you don't get to see that part of the animation with, that worked out well because now I can forget you again. More Ardanian you. But, yeah, you don't get to see the can crushing or the aura segments. I've never seen the line for that wearing off anymore. No longer an easy target. I don't like doing that, but I'm going to just because I really want to get a charge hit on you. I really though like. Yeah, this is going to be a bit of an awkward fight, but I want to try and get technical with Joker, but nope, his attack's reverted. Yeah, this is kind of annoying. Oh well, I might as well just use the Rising Slash now with charge. Yeah, still did a solid amount of damage. Okay, oh actually no, it's not. If it's a follow-up for an active party member, then it's the normal follow-up that you get out of the Confidant. If it's a follow-up from a reserve party member, then it's a unique follow-up from Hifumi's Confidant, and I don't have that ability yet, so of course it wouldn't be one of those. Yeah, what was I thinking? Yeah, the fact that I go over all the Confidant abilities in the Confidant profiles when we first see them, that kind of makes me, like, believe that I have all of them. I made that mistake with Jahaya as well, whereas I actually don't. And so, yeah, I wouldn't have been able to get a follow-up for a party member in reserve if I wanted to. Wait, why are you not dead yet? Well, at least I can Makajama you again. I mean, she can keep this up forever thanks to the SP adhesive. I'm just going to use a regular attack just in case I get pickpocketed. I did! Nice!
Just what I'd expect.
I stole his coat. And given that he's, well, he's not a wolf, he's a jackal, but I mean, okay, I'm just gonna joke that that's a situation just like, Final Fantasy XII, where you can steal the pelts off of wolves while you're fighting them. But anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and swap over the Alluring Belt onto Makoto. Like, honestly, I'm not really using Heatwave on Ryuji that much. I would rather have the battery. And there is Arthoth here. I should probably fight it. Yeah, let's just get this out of the way. I don't know if this will actually finish them. It did. Okay, that's fine.
No time to waste. Yeah! Victory!
I still wish the game tracked the total damage you dealt with explosions over the course of the entire game.
Good. Your repertoire's growing.
Yeah, I've always felt like Rebellion's not amazing in this game.
What a
Speedmaster
skill.
is kind of nice for Yusuke, though. Yeah, Giant Slice is objectively worse than, apart from the HP expenditure, but yeah, I'd rather have Rising Slash right now, so let's go ahead and get rid of that in favor of, Also, you know how they say cannot be remembered once forgotten? That's kind of a line now that we have access to the Kunda Church.
That was so easy, I'm yawning.
So you can get any forgotten skill back via the confessional, so again, that line's kind of a lie at this point. But yeah, Anubis being a jackal just kind of reminds me of Lucario from Pokemon, who I think is supposed to be a jackal and is supposed to be based on Anubis. I remember back when it first came out, everyone thought that it was going to be a legendary.
Cool. Looking cool, Joker.
Every time I see Mitra, though, I just keep thinking of,
Pass the baton and
I think it's a thing on the TV tropes entries for SMT Nocturne, saying that, like, Mitra is generally considered one of the easier bosses in Nocturne. Not that that's saying much. I don't think I've actually given this piece of trivia yet. This is actually something that I wanted to mention in the playthrough because it's not relevant to this game, but it is a Shin Megami Tensei piece of trivia that I just personally think is hilarious. So Nocturne has a hard mode and a normal mode. And nominally, you take double damage on hard mode, but what actually happens is that hard mode is the default damage modifier, and normal mode makes you take half damage. So, really hard mode of Nocturne is actually the default, and normal mode is an easy mode in disguise. So given Nocturne, that's... honestly, like, that's just something that I think is just so Nocturne.
Okay.
It's just one of those moments that just makes you go, oh, Nocturne. Because, yeah, Nocturne is just one of those games sometimes. This is a weird thing, but I've noticed that, like, I've been saying honestly a lot lately, both in the comments and in, like, just general, and just in my commentary. I don't know why I'm doing it. It's caught on with me as a verbal tick for some reason, and I don't know why, because I don't think I used to say it this much. Wow, we are getting a lot of exploding shadows in this palace.
That one is no joke. Be careful.
Interesting, you outsped Makoto that time.
Looking cool,
Which
Joker.
I don't like, because it means that, I'm gonna have to bank on maybe... Okay, then.
Go ahead.
All right, Queen, on the attack.
Unless Frayla with a weakness while it's down will do a lot. Yeah, that did a decent amount. But yeah, like, I actually don't want Joker to be outspeeding Makoto, because if she goes first, she can use Gun to hit the Antu's weakness, baton pass to Joker, and then he'll be able to get the giant slice in.
Okay.
I think that is entirely because of Mitra. I think Mitra's too fast. Agility 29, yeah. What's Makoto's agility at right now? 25 with a slight bonus. See, I'm gonna go back to Satanta because I like Makoto going first. So here we have a door that... Ah, hi there.
Show me your true form.
I forgot how often the enemies in this palace jump scare you. Okay, Andres is here. I've already fused one of them, so weak to fire means I can use Arn for this. I forgot to use this would be the perfect time for me to use Taunting Aura and Makoto, actually, but yeah. As I've mentioned earlier, Andres, kind of easy to get those mixed up, but Andres was a Kamoshida's palace enemy in the vanilla game.
You see that?
You know what? I'll take the free persona.
Indeed, I am thou, thou art I.
Yeah, while it kind of looks Egyptian, it's really not. I think it's an Ars Goetia demon.
You got a new mask, Joker.
I do like how in the palaces they make all of the enemies, like shadows or personas they turn into fit the theme of the dungeon. So in this case, hi there. In this case, you have, like they're not entirely Egyptian. Naga is from Hindu mythology, and Antu is Mesopotamian, I believe. But they all sort of fit the general theming of the dungeon itself, and that's why many of the Egyptian mythology personas are low level. However, Horus, I'm pretty sure, is not here, so Horus gets to maintain a high level, which is annoying. I really wish Horus was a mini-boss in this dungeon, because not only would it be appropriate, but it would also let me make yet another by the light of Horus, you will kneel before us reference, which I just always do every time I summon Horus in any of these games. It's just, I don't know, I haven't actually even seen The Prince of Egypt in a really long time, but for some reason that song stuck with me because it always just felt kind of tonally dissonant with the rest of the film. That might be why it stuck with me. Isn't one of the characters who does it, like the comic relief priest guy, voiced by Steve Martin? Like, it does feel very out of place for the very serious tone of the rest of that film, so, yeah. Again, that's probably the reason why that song stuck with me. Hi there.
True form.
This is all so sudden. Look at it grumping around. Better not make any wisecracks with this.
Okay, so it's irritable. I certainly hope you have a good reason for this boorish treatment. That would take a while, there's no need to explain. So yeah, irritable shadows, I believe, just like straightforward answers. So there's no need to explain? Nope, okay then. That we are here because of people like you, right? Well, yeah, you are, your shadows. I never thought of that. I understand what you mean. Oh, okay, that didn't work. Sooty Divine Armor, that's not bad though. Whether I sell it at Kitty Georgie or wash it. I mean, I can freely wash as much as I want now, though I will need to keep some armor later if I want to get that Thieves' Den award, because it doesn't count if Kawakami washes it. It has to be you, and it has to be 10 different pieces of Sooty equipment. So you'll want to keep as big a variety of those as possible, especially since they're a little tricky to get if you have made their palaces disappear. Is that a switch? Wow, Ryuji is really butchering the English language at this point. Ah, okay, then we can get through there now. This palace does feel a little like a Zelda dungeon, honestly. Kind of reminds me a bit of the Arbiter's Grounds, which was kind of low-key one of my favorite dungeons in
I'll reveal your true form.
Also, the camera went weird there, like it did in Kanashiro's Palace, but in Twilight Princess, that was it.
No joke. Yes! Victory! A spectacular victory!
Okay. I can feel it.
I keep cutting off these post-battle quotes. Yeah, so this thing here, I am pretty sure is actually because of the curse, in effect. And we can't get through there because of the spears, so let's head into here now. Except there's an area that I haven't actually gone through here. I'm guessing there's going to be a mummy ambush in here, though, because that's usually what happens in these rooms. Is there a sarcophagus in here? Nope, not really. There's a, I think that's a canoptic jar, or however you say it. I am disgracing my my earlier learned Egyptian studies. Yeah, now we can get over onto this side. And here, this thing is missing a gem, which means a curse is already in effect. So one of those bandits came through here and screwed things over for us, but we already have one of the gems, so we can placate this thing by putting a gem in its hand. And yeah, now we can walk across there since the curse is no longer in effect. So I actually was right in grabbing that gem earlier. If you don't have that gem, you actually have to walk all the way back and get it, so yeah, now is a good time to get that gem. Now, if I'm remembering this right, yes, I love this. So, how do we get the light through to the central hallway? We blast open the wall with a ballista.
Amazing!
So yeah, now we can hop up these coffins and head through the golden light here, but first, this one's a pretty easily accessible will seed, but we also have the first locked chest of this palace. 21 lockpicks though. Now, eventually we'll have no need for regular lockpicks. Mut's Cutlass.
Oh!
Well, this is going to remind me to actually equip the new weapon that I made for Joker. Yeah, I sometimes forget things in this game, but the Mut Cutlass or Mutt Cutlass, reduce curse damage low. I mean, yeah. I mean, I would say it's better on someone who's weak to curse, but actually no, because it doesn't get rid of the weakness, it just reduces the damage. So really, that's what you're worried about. But I'm going to go quiet here, because welcome to the most depressing Will Seed set of quotes in the game.
Will Seed. Let's get it.
It's my fault. Just stop. I'm such a bad person. It's so dark. I'm scared.
Oh, we got a will seed, and we're coming for the rest.
So, from that we know that Futaba's sin is actually wrath. This surprised a lot of people when they first played this game. And I think it's interesting as far as a use of it goes, because when it comes to many of the other ways they could have used wrath in... when it comes to a palace ruler, a lot of it's just quite obvious, and we already had a lot of abusers and people who are violent. With Futaba, wrath actually represents her self-hatred. And while it does seem a little strange in some context to refer to that as a sin, I don't think it's meant to demonize anybody who struggles with this kind of thing, more that those feelings are ultimately unhealthy and just as dangerous as violence towards others in many situations. And it's just, as someone who actually has struggled with it in their own life, it is just an interesting thing to think about, because like, you often say treat others the way that you would yourself. Well, it should apply in reverse too, that if you're nice to others, you should also be kind to yourself. Now, I know that Futaba in this state can't really help it, but...
Yeah, there we go.
And that we can't exactly, tell people, oh, stop, having these feelings, because, yeah, again, like, I know this, I know very well, like, I have a lot of self-deprecation issues, like, in my real life, and I've gone through this a lot, but... yeah, sometimes it can be important to just think about self-care and treating yourself with kindness.
But what is it a picture of?
But I will stop there because this is also important. There we just had a puzzle where you just switch the pieces around. It's not really all that difficult.
This adult seems to be reading something to a crying child.
I'm not sure if this sequence was voiced in the original game though. I feel like it wasn't.
The emotions of the artist are oft depicted in the art they produce. I can sense serious pain harbored in her heart.
I should never have had Futaba.
Is that voice coming from the mural?
She was always such a bother. It seems you caused your mother a great deal of trouble, Futaba-chan. She must have had some kind of maternity neurosis.
What was that? Based on its contents, it sounded almost like a suicide note.
Could that be what Futaba remembers of her mother's suicide?
But that's the shittiest thing to do to a kid if that's really how it all went down.
In a sense, this palace has something similar to the unused Will Seed flashbacks they were planning for the other ones.
Indeed.
So further up these stairs...
A safe room might be close by, Joker. Why don't we look for it?
Or, why don't we just walk in since it's right in front of our faces?
Alright, looks...
Corridor middle. Which would mean that we're probably, we've probably only got one more to go, because we have corridor bottom, corridor middle, then probably corridor top. Careful of traps, and let's just have a discussion here. We'll probably be talking about that mural puzzle.
Hey!
I feel like we actually have reached the midpoints. It's just that the next few areas are kind of big.
Shall we go?
Don't think I've actually had an alarm yet either. So, okay then. Let me check the map and see what's up next. Actually, no, I had to check it outside the safe room because here I can only check other safe rooms. I think we should be able to go a little bit further here. We haven't really gone through that much of this place, so let's check on this slate. When red and blue align, an illusion will rise. Only proper guidance shall form a path.
Careful.
Okay, we've got another thing here. Is this going to be one of these where I can talk about even more? Whoa, okay, that camera went really weird there. Wow, okay. I have never seen the camera do that before. I just tend not to, encounter enemies that close to edges.
The beautiful rose has thorns.
All right. Piece of cake.
Okay, I was going this direction. I know this area of the palace pretty well. We have this giant hallway, a suspiciously deep pit over there, somewhere here that seems hard to reach without something to climb up on, and a very long hallway that could very easily have something roll down it. And also, Shadow Futaba asking us to follow her. What could possibly go wrong?
Hey, wait!
I have something.
So we cannot go up this hallway without more boulders coming. But we can crawl through here and get into this central sarcophagus area. Backside of the boulder trap just makes me think of the song Backside of the TV. But yeah, also, there's a lot of fall-away floors here. Not that they're really any danger to you. A homunculus, is that the first one of those we got? That protects a party member from one instant death attack, which I feel like they're not actually hugely important in P5, because you don't actually see instant death attacks from enemies all that often in this game. So we also have a button here. Before we press that though, I'm gonna get rid of this shadow just because it's gonna be annoying otherwise. We're gonna have to do a lot of back and forth through this area, so it's best to have it cleared out.
Power courses through me.
Well, one more level and we could have got Mithra for free, but
Okay.
that's fine. Also, I love this. Just watch this. Kick. I love the way he just knocks that slab down just by kicking it, but we can actually go in here already.
Focus.
But there is this.
Hey,
Aha! Looks like it was secretly a switch. And this is blue.
hey, look at this!
It says B01010. Now here, I would definitely recommend you write this down somewhere because you don't have anything in your inventory that says this, unlike Kanashiro's Palace. 01010. So this seems like binary. Though, you know, you don't need to know how to translate binary in order to solve this puzzle.
Indeed.
Because now there's a contraption on the sarcophagi. Firstly though, I want to check this button here. Because this thing here is blue. Oh, okay then, yeah, so we don't want to press this button yet. So, I think it actually starts from this end. And we can't do anything with it, so that is the B in that code, I think. So if it was 01010, this puzzle can be easier to solve if you know that in computing terminology, binary zeros and ones are often used to mean on and off as well. So 0 is off and 1 is on. No, I want this one off, Joker.
I see.
This is just a tutorial for the fact that you can turn the lights on and off, but this one I want to be off. 01010. So we just need to turn these ones off. Yeah, I read a lot of books on, like, the history of computing and early computers when I was younger, so I know that a lot of old computers would use, like, light bulbs to represent sequences of zeros and ones.
Hey.
So if we press the button...
Oh.
Come on, man.
Time to button mash! And we made it worse, as Yusuke says. I like how he just keeps mashing it and then kicks. Joker solution to everything. He does have a lot of personality, even outside of, even though he's a silent protagonist. So we kind of wrecked something here, and the stone slab is gone. But the hilarious part of this is that how we end up getting through this corridor is we start a boulder storm to the point where the whole thing just gets full of boulders, and now we can just cross by hopping on top of them. And that's actually what the binary code does. So yeah, we can jump up here. We can also go over here and check this slab.
Hey.
And as I thought, this slab is red. A very menacing looking red, though. R01100 and B10011. Now, these are a little easy to remember if you think about them as... I don't know if this is a technical term, but they're kind of like binary complements. So basically, wherever there's a 1 in red, there's a 0 in blue and vice versa. So when you add the two together, you get a streak of all 1s. I know that kind of thing is useful in a lot of mathematical applications, but I can't quite remember exactly what that kind of thing is useful for. It reminds me a lot of like the idea of an inverse matrix, which when you add it to another matrix, they both cancel each other out. So yeah, now we have a second binary puzzle, but we can also just hop across these boulders. And I believe that'll just take us further in, but I want to solve this other puzzle first. So here we go, we need to start with the R. And I think this should be 01100, and here you basically just need to turn on a light in the other side wherever there's a light off on the other one. And vice versa, so these ones both need to be off, so we have 10011. And I think this should be correct. Yeah, if any of you in the comments know what the actual applications are of like binary numbers that cancel each other out like this, I'd like to know, because I feel like they definitely have a purpose. It's just that I think I learned it at some point in my life, and I've kind of forgotten it. But yes, now we can get through that red no door. Well, I mean, Futaba is a geek and she likes binary, but
Wait.
and she likes computers, so that's probably where all the binary numbers come from.
Focus.
I have a feeling I might know what's in this corridor. Actually, didn't want to steal that because, yep, also spears. Spears are also in this corridor. But let's take this guy out.
Show me your true form.
Alright, the first move is ours.
Yes, yes, I know you're weak to Psy. It's why I don't like you, because I don't have that right now.
Pass the baton and persona. Alright. Nice! Your gambit worked!
No, my gambit did not work because I wanted to knock you down.
What's the map? We're done here. That was incredible, Skull.
I really need to get something with Psy. I will do that the next time I go to the Velvet Room. I have not got an alarm lately, though.
I have something.
Should probably using DRL with Makoto, though, but there's only only one more
will seeds
thing in
over
here.
there.
So I believe
got
this
good
entire
notes for those
corridor may have
children.
actually been required in the vanilla game, like that red-blue version of the binary puzzle, while they've made it optional in Royal.
The first move is the vicious foe.
Oh, those things are also weak to Psy. What is it about so many things in this game being weak to Psy when only Joker can use Psy right now?
Looking cool, Joker.
Go ahead. I got this.
Pass the baton and follow up. Persona! Prepare yourself.
Ah, we can't actually technical them with nuclear attacks.
Melee may work, but you might get shot. Get ready. This one.
We could go for a big physical rampage now they're all vulnerable to physical technicals.
Enemy defeated. Don't
And this should finish it. See, even though Persona 5 is very rocket tag and usually like you either destroy the enemies quickly or they do the same to you, it is really fun to figure out like different strategies with different party combinations because I find that, oh, speaking of fusion alarms, but yeah, I usually find that most fights in this game are winnable without letting the enemy get a turn if you know what you're doing, and with most party combinations too. But we have another one of these will seeds. So, yeah, I apologize if the topic gets pretty heavy with these will seeds in the palace, but it definitely is with Futaba.
That's the second will seed. Joker truly lives up to his reputation.
On a lighter note, though, I love the fact that with the Great Thief stick, Joker is cutting cutting that tape with a cane.
It's somewhere.
Okay, let's jump across these. Now we can get on here.
I can feel it.
And I think there might actually be another safe room coming up. If not, then I can easily double back and save, because we've now covered quite a lot in this part, so yeah, I want to go back and save at this point. We've got a light shining through here, but I don't think we're nearly done with this place. Or, actually, maybe we are.
This is the same mechanism as the one we saw before.
Then we just gotta touch it and make something happen, yeah? Come on, let's try it out. Oh, hey, it came on. Huh, this one's kind of hard to tell, though.
It must be scrambled as well. Let's use the controls to put it back together.
So this time we actually have to rotate these segments, and they always rotate 2 at a time, which means if you have one that you want to rotate and another that you don't want rotated, you'll have to arrange them so that they're next to each other. It's kind of tricky, but these two here, sometimes it's good to match the corners to things. But we have Futaba there, we have the feet, so the feet goes there. Now the rest of the leg, yeah, see here, this one I'll flip that. So now that can go there. And that completes the picture.
It seems the picture is complete.
Is she jumping in front of a car? Could this be the moment when Futaba's mother committed suicide? Another voice.
She died right in front of Futaba's eyes.
That's horrible.
So, did her desire to forget those memories cause her to repress them?
Let's move on to another safe room. And for now, I'll leave you all to think about
All right.
what this means. Because we still have yet another barrier in our way. I've also got another fusion alarm. There's not really a whole lot that I really want to fuse right now, but I do have a treasure demon, so I could try and play around with that. But anyway, I'll see you all next time as we delve into the most complicated part of Futaba's palace. So see you all then.